Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tea Time Talk. As usual, I am your host for the show. My name is Fritz. Thank you for listening in. So, today is Saturday, the 27th of January, 2018. It's a bit of a grey day out there, so if you are going out, again, potentially bring an umbrella with you. I wouldn't say it was as bad as last week, but hey, still nice, still worth it. So, welcome to the show. What is it about? Well, if this is your first time listening, Tea Time Talk is a radio show where we spend the first half discussing the news stories of the week, what's happened and what we think about it, the sort of key stories that we picked out. And in the second half, we talk more about things that are more chill, things that we've picked up that we enjoy talking about. Just a disclaimer before we continue, anything that is said on this show does not reflect the university or the radio station. It is just us. There's just four friends having a chat amongst ourselves. So if anything is said that is controversial, it is coming from us, not from anyone else beyond or above or below us. With that said, if you want to get engaged with us, we have a Twitter. You can use the hashtag LCRTTTalk, or we have a Facebook group. If you want to like us on Facebook, we just have Tea Time Talk, and we should show up then. So let's get on with the show. So, introducing you to my guests, we have our boy Nezar.
Thank you once again for having me on, Fritz.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming on. We have our boy Reuben.
Hello, I'm back.
Reuben is back from his absence. Was it absent
Hey,
last
he's
week?
I
gone
was
last
absent
week,
one week.
He was gone last week.
Yeah.
And then we have our boy Matt Pat.
I am back again. I'm not sure my headphones are working though.
Oh,
I don't know.
we might
No,
have to fix
I
that.
Oh no.
I could take them off, but
Well,
I don't think I'm
hold
hearing
on.
things through them.
I'll try and fix that in a bit if you give me
Yeah,
some time.
it's not a big issue.
Okay, so let's get on with the first half of the show. Now, who wants to bring up their first story first? Ruben, do you want to bring up yours first? 'Cause
You go first.
you sure?
Sure.
Yours one is...
My one's a good one, but I think it's a recurring theme.
That's why we should get it out of the way.
Okay. Okay.
That's funny.
That's fine by me. So in headlines, there's been Trump has tried to order the firing of Robert Muller. For those of you who don't know, Robert Mueller was doing the investigation into Russia, the affairs between Russia and Trump, and was also doing and the investigation into a possible obstruction of justice by Donald Trump. Now, what happened was that obviously there's been some taboo stuff going on allegedly happening between Russia and Trump, and basically Trump tried to, I don't know if he tried to cover it up, I don't think that's the case, but he did try to fire Robert Mueller. Now, what happened was that he was going to, but another chap by Donald McGahn threatened to resign if Trump tried to actually was going to actually fire Robert Mueller. And so what happened was that Trump backed down, but according to sources, according to Fox initially said it was fake news, which was and they said that there was no sources, and then 5 minutes after saying it, they said actually no, they did find sources.
Yeah.
So there was a massive well, I would say massive backlash, but people were not pleased with that, the backpedaling of it. So I mean, I suppose the question is, do you think Trump is actually trying to get rid of Robert Mueller because of the investigations, or are you just thinking, I mean, it does seem that way, but I mean, up to you guys. I don't know. I'm trying to pose the question. I have no idea what I'm doing.
We'll let Matt go first this week.
So what do you think? What do you think of the
I've been put on
situation?
the spot. I feel like this is not the first time Trump tried to sack someone to do with the Russian investigation, is it?
No.
And this shows a really weird issue with separation of powers in the US. I feel like someone who has the power to investigate the president should not be... their job should not be decided by the president himself. I feel like it's better this time because he can't sack Mueller, can he?
I mean, not necessarily. Obviously, because another White House counsel member and also other members have said about leaving and threatening to leave if they do fire Robert Mueller. But obviously, Trump is actually denying these allegations, saying, it's fake news.
But it's not. But it's not fake news.
No.
Okay.
Even Fox News says, there's sources. So it's...
I mean...
it's a messy one.
Politics
Very
in
messy
2018, ladies and gentlemen.
What a good
magical
month. What a good first month. What a way to start.
God, Nezar, what do you think? What are you thinking?
It's just another thing on how petty Trump is as a person, isn't it?
Yeah.
He clearly wants this man gone. Clearly. And anyone that's bringing up evidence against it, he's... I love the term fake news. Like, it's become such a joke at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fake. He's claiming, it's fake news, not real. And it's like, well, I mean, if Fox News of all people are saying there's sources against you, there you gotta start reconsidering like what you're doing, because Fox News isn't the most I'd say fair kind of news source.
Yeah, I would say they were more aligned with Trump at that point, because they were denying it almost denying it for him.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not true, it's all fake. But I don't know. What do you think, Fritz?
Again, it's just another thing of like the whole Trump, everything Trump. I genuinely just don't care. It's another thing bashing Trump, or another thing that's come back to bite him, another thing he's done, and what's going to be the consequences of it? Nothing. He's still going to be the president. He's still going to continue doing his shebang, and we're going to be stuck here like 3 months down the line with another story on him or something. Because it's he comes out with all of these things, and I don't even know why this is. Me personally, I don't see why this is controversial. He tried to fire someone, he didn't. But for me, it's more like the media lapping it up and seeing it. I'm not supportive of Trump in the slightest. I think he's a bully. He's genuinely like secondary school bully for me. When I see him, he's like the kind of person that would pick on me if I was more smarter than him. Be like, nah, I've got a rich father, you know. I know stuff too. But it's gotten to the point where, because you constantly keep hearing these things of like, it's like Trump did this, Trump did that, Trump did this, Trump did that.
Yeah.
But after a while, you get tired of it, because you just know it's true at this point.
Yeah.
You know that
he's going to say something controversial.
He said like the whole racism thing a few weeks back, calling different countries asshole. He said a variety of things, and you just learn like, yeah, he did it. He great. You've put one of the most powerful men on the planet currently. He said something like that. I don't even care anymore.
I think I've heard that's part of his tactics, though, isn't it? It's like from the very beginning, it's just an endless stream of like controversial statements. Because then, if every statement is controversial, then technically none of his statements are controversial.
Yeah,
people
you're gonna
expect it.
You're gonna get used to it at one point,
and we shouldn't get used to it but the entire world has done now.
The only reason it keeps making news again and again because he's the president of the US.
It's because people want him out.
Well, that too, but it's a pretty big deal when your leaders say stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It's a big deal, but it's like it's like a hit piece. It's continuous hit pieces. Media lap it up so instantly and be like, yes, he did this, he did that. Like they're trying to dig for every small thing just to attack him. And
he's immune to criticism though at this point. There's nothing you could say.
You can't. How do you not? If he was meant to be impeached, he should have been impeached a long time ago. If this whole Russia investigation proves something again, is he going to be impeached? I don't know. But to me personally, Trump is just. It's just.
I mean, if you're talking about the general public, yeah, it seems like they are grasping for straws to get, any reason to get him off. Which, I mean, these controversies they're doing isn't going to make him leave.
No.
Exactly. I mean, the only way you're going to get him off is if you vote for somebody else next time. That's it. It's like, just wait.
Not Oprah, not Kanye.
No.
Oprah's running for...
No, she's not.
What about The Rock?
She's not.
But
no.
Yes.
Yeah, but not yet. People need to stop thinking of non-politicians as politicians, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard that argument about the non-politicians thing, but America has proved in the past that non-politicians can become president. Ronald Reagan was an actor before he became president.
he was a nutter as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I guess so.
It shouldn't, but like... It's another thing that Trump has made the norm, considering people who are completely unqualified, completely inexperienced. Sure, Oprah's got good at public speaking, and she's quite a cool person, but like,
I wouldn't want Oprah running my country.
No.
See. When the US say they're the land of opportunity, they mean in like the weirdest, strangest areas.
Yeah.
Like, you can become president.
Hey, if you're rich enough and you'd
exactly.
Apparently, if you just have the money for it and you have the popularity for it, you can become president of the United States of America.
And
disclaimer. You can become the president, just become popular enough.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't care anymore. America's its own separate entity now to me. I've completely put it out of the political sphere, because whenever there's political news coming out of America, I'm just like, it happened.
It's a popularity contest. No, I agree, because I remember, when Obama first got on, and everyone's like, wow, he's amazing. And it's like, because he was the first black president, everyone was immediately thinking he'd be great.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And it's like, You want to give this guy a chance? Come on. It's just a big popularity contest over there.
Yeah. I just like every other election is in general, really. It's just like who's the better popularity person, or who's the one that people like the most. It's not necessarily who's got the best tactics or skills or intelligence for it.
Well, how would you say that compares to over here?
Again, well, here we had what was the last general election that mattered? It was Theresa May versus
Jeremy Corbyn.
Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah.
Corbyn clearly is more popular,
Yeah.
but again, I don't know what on earth happened during this election, because was I even here when it happened?
Yeah. No, you weren't. You were in the Netherlands.
Yeah, was it?
Because it was because I remember, because I stayed up all night to watch it.
We had I don't know, this the last election. I don't know if I'd say it was popularity based. It's just more people who believe in a certain way already will maintain that way. So it's because a lot of the people who live outside of the urbanized areas tend to be more conservative in their manners, then Conservative Party wins by that default. I mean, if you look at the map of how the voting went, you can clearly see that any village area, or I don't know what they call it, any area that isn't rural area, any area that isn't like London, Birmingham or Manchester was predominantly conservative.
That's the way it is every single time. But the results were different this time. Things were a lot closer.
Yeah.
Like the one Amber Rudd nearly lost her seat. The one for Loughborough was closer than it's been like since ever.
Yeah.
And it was just if you gave me half an hour to like compose like a good like thought on it, I could break it. Well, you could as well. You do politics. We could break it down.
Well, we should. The thing is, we should have been here on election night, on genuine election night, just like going through the results. We would have had a 24-hour, like just
24-hour stream.
Maybe not 24, maybe like 12-hour. Like we'd go from midnight and work our way through the day.
I posted some proper BTEC analysis the morning after. But there's some pretty good stuff. I can't remember what I said now, but.
BTEC analysis.
Yeah.
It's just, we should not let certain people vote.
Oh yeah,
my
no,
gosh.
that's my classic argument. People like
We shouldn't let some people vote.
yeah, but obviously we're on radio. I'm not going to go into that in depth now.
Okay, yeah,
if you want to hear it, come have lunch with us. Like, you'll hear it every week.
If you want to hear Matt's political opinions, come have lunch with him.
Come down. No, I'm not going to say where.
They probably know where we live by now, but nah, we'll just not going to say it again. Nezar, do you want to say something or?
About what?
You just seemed like you wanted to say something.
No, I was waiting for the next topic, that's all.
Oh my gosh.
Go on then, Fritz. What's yours then?
Right, so my topic is actually something that surrounds university students. It's kind of a bit serious. The amount of suicide being committed among students has increased, or the amount of mental illnesses among students have increased, because this article comes from The Week, who says that there's been a 7th suspected suicide in Bristol University in less than 18 months. To go further into the article, they say that reports of mental illness, mental distress and low well-being involving British students are soaring. This is according to the Institute of Public Policy Research. In 2015 to 16, it was 15,395 first-year students who disclosed a mental health condition, and that's 5 times as much as they did in 2006 to 2007. And Manchester University said that Manchester's University did a study involving 922 suicides by people aged under 25. During 2014 to 15. Jeez, this is like, okay, go on. And they found out that the number of suicides at each age rose steadily in the late teens and early 20, and the majority of those that took their own lives were males, accounting for 76% of those suicides. So I wanted to ask your opinion on that. I wanted to ask, what is your view on the rise in mental health issues in university? Like, what do you think? Have you witnessed some, not suicide, have you witnessed mental health issues in, like, someone with mental health or going through depression, having a tough time? And, like, what do you think? Are we doing enough to address that? Is the university doing enough to address that?
If it's increasing, we're clearly not doing enough to address that, clearly. I think it's a problem. Oh, God, I'm of two mindsets on this. Because, you know what, yes... It's hard to tackle this topic in a way. So the university's clearly not doing their best to help the mental state of these people if they're supposedly taking their own lives from, what is it, stress or...
Stress, it could be stress, it could be increased loneliness, it could be polarization, it could be a variety of things.
Okay.
See, because
that's the thing, it's just a hard topic to handle, because like, at what point is it the university's fault, and at what point is a person more prone to that kind of behaviour?
Well, the way I look at it is that the university, let's use our university for example, they provide helplines in case you feel that need.
Yeah.
In case you feel depression, in case you need to see, there's like counseling, they offer counseling. They offer a helpline that you can call, like Nightlife. But it depends on the person to actually contact those. And depression is one of those things where even where there are solutions for you to get help, you don't necessarily feel like you want to use them, or that you don't necessarily feel like you can connect to them. In some cases,
yeah, it's more of an easier said than done kind of thing.
Like you can provide the opportunity, but people won't necessarily take it because they just don't feel it. Depression is like a thing we want. Well, depends on who you are.
It's hard to reach out when you feel like that. It's hard to you see the helplines there, but you have to push yourself to get the help.
Yeah,
it's probably
you don't want to.
Yeah, it's probably also hard to tell who has depression and who doesn't, kind of thing, because a lot of people can cover that kind of stuff. And just keep it, ball inside, which is very, very bad for somebody's mental state. So, if it's rising in the case of Manchester University or is getting really high, then, it's clearly not good. They're clearly not doing enough over there at the very least.
Would you say that the amount of work that students are getting plays a role in this as well? Like, because of course there's multiple arguments to why someone might be depressed. It might be the social side of things, and there might be the academic side of things. So I want to ask, like, what do you think of the academic side? Do you think we're getting too much work? Because the person that committed suicide, the 8th suicide, was a law student, so that is a very heavy subject, very heavy subject to study and a very heavy subject to do. Do you think that too much is expected of us now as we are university students, like in regards to our coursework, in regards to keeping up times, keeping up focus and maintaining sort of, because as we are right now, we're always constantly having coursework or exams or something to pressure us. If we're not doing exams, we have coursework given to us throughout the month. You have one deadline this week, one deadline next week, depending on what course you do. Do you think that pressure comes into it as well? Like,
I mean, I'd say so. I'd say that the workload is a lot. I don't know if I'd agree if I'd say it's more than people have ever had in the past. I don't necessarily think so. My dad went to university, he had to work very, very hard in order. And you know what? Yes, that stuff is stressful. It is. Everyone tells you, nobody says university is a walk in the park.
That's true.
Just how it is. In my personal opinion, if you are, because we all get stressed. I get stressed, especially during exam season. It happens to everyone. But if you're the sort of person that lets that kind of thing, like, if it's getting to a point where it's a mental state and it's causing you like depression, clearly university is not for you, and you should probably look elsewhere, and you should probably find something that's probably a lot more stress-free, or at the very least, counterpoint. A lot of people like us, we find it stressful, but we'd probably be a bit more down, and a lot more down if we had no friends or like anyone to hang out with, in our downtime. Yep. I can imagine loneliness has a big part in it.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I don't think it's the workload at all, because I know like universities, because of course Amber goes to Cambridge, there are days that like for a lot of periods of time she's waking up in the morning, working until she gets to bed, and she hates it. But I think it's more social isolation that is the work, the amount of work contributes to that. Whereas if
well, what's she study?
Psychological and behavioural sciences. But not for her, but from my own experience, like there was in first semester, there was like a 3-week period where I was doing that. I was waking up, working, and going to bed, and it wasn't the workload so much. The workload gave me a lot of focus. It was good. I quite enjoyed doing it. It was more if I didn't have the friends I've got, if I didn't have like you guys, and didn't have the people I lived with, it would be bad. Because if that had happened last year, especially second semester last year, when I felt really social isolated anyway, that would have been terrible. Because it is the social isolation, and then if work is contributing, even if your time is very limited because of the volume of work, then that makes that even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely say friends have something to do with it, like in terms of. Well, what do you think, Reuben?
I'd agree on the points previously mentioned. Yeah, I would say that. Social isolation does come into it. That if people are working like all around the clock to revise, because obviously it's exam period right now, people are either
Sitting in a library working hard.
Yeah, sitting in the library or working in their rooms, or if you're depending on what course you do, could be doing coursework, could be doing all sorts of things. And so I imagine at this point in time, a lot of people are stressed out. A lot of people are doing a lot of work and maybe not socializing as much. But I would also say that it's maybe to do with the importance of a degree nowadays. Like back in the day, getting a degree was quite rare. It wasn't as important. You could like, if you didn't do well in uni, you could go work at Morrison's or go work at, somewhere local, somewhere nearby. Whereas nowadays, the requirements needed to enter these jobs is a lot higher, as I imagine you two have experienced.
Yeah.
Would you say, Matt?
What, me?
Entries into other jobs.
I've never had a job. So.
No, but no, you're going through the application process.
Oh yeah, going through the application. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because of the degree, would you say that it's a lot harder? Would you say it's like, in comparison?
I think the life for a young person now is harder than it's ever been. Like the prospects, they're just not good.
It's not existent. To be honest, to be frank, from my personal opinion, getting a degree is not enough.
No,
now
you're right.
Because jobs want 5 years of experience here, 4 years of experience here, must have done this, must have done that. I personally feel like
must
a degree,
pass arbitrary tests.
Yeah, I feel like
nothing.
a degree didn't really, like, what, I have a degree now. Because my parents want me to come to university, say, at least get a degree so that, you can at least do something and apply for multiple jobs later on. Even if it's not directly after university, at least you have the degree. That's my sort of one of my main reasons for coming to university to begin with, is that there is at least that foothold. But while I'm going through these job applications and trying to find jobs, I'm just I keep getting like further and further, and this will put me in my own form of state of sadness, because I want to apply for jobs. I see certain things that are very interesting that I thought, oh yeah, it would be great to try, but then they just demand like 4 years of experience in natural sciences already, 4 years of experience working in administration already, and I'm just like, well, what's the point then? Why am I then studying here if you want experience?
Yeah.
If I can't get a job by being here, what's the point to be here?
But they also want the 2-1 degree as well.
They want the 2-1 degree as well.
Debts, like, the thing is, debts for young people are higher. Social mobility is much harder. It's kind of like, I think a lot of the poor mental health comes from the point you're looking at what our lives could be and thinking, what is the point in doing this? What's the point in doing any of this, really? Like we can't do anything with ourselves.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. Because I was going to say the combining factors, the fact that yes, we have the lack of social life. The workloads, as you said, it's not the problem. It's the fact that you're socially isolated.
Yeah.
And then you've done 3 years for most cases. 3 years of working in your room, or working in the library, working in the room, being less social, not being able to talk to a lot of people. Before I came to uni, people said, "Oh yeah, it'll be the most socialist time of your life. You meet loads of brand new people." I have, but
probably the most social time of my life.
Yeah, arguably it is, but loads of people during this period will be very socially isolated. That one.
Gotcha.
And they've worked 3 years doing all this, and now they get to the end and it's like, oh yeah, all these jobs want 5 years of this experience, 5 years of that experience.
Yeah.
How demoralizing
It just doesn't.
must that be?
It doesn't help.
It's going to get to a point where you're just like, you have to just accept where you are and take whatever it takes.
To get a job, you have to, in most regards, you have to know people, which is, again, that adds into the whole sort of, if you're socially isolated. But I think one of the key reasons why we're having an increase in sort of mental issues is because of the changing attitudes of how we operate now. We are so socially connected yet socially isolated. We can observe people from far away enjoying and doing whatever they want, and that just feeds back into a loop into our own lives. Like, what are we doing with our own lives? We begin reevaluating who we are, and it puts us in a sort of like a worse mental place in some points. We looking for jobs and not knowing like there's no security anymore. If you went to university, say in the 80s or in the 90s, you probably were guaranteed a job once you came up, because there were people looking for people of your skill at university. But now you go to university, you come out, and you still wonder, are you even going to be able to pay your parents if you live with them? Like, if you want to pay rent to your parents, are you going to be able to support yourself even? Because it's so, like, the state of the world that we live in is so demoralizing already that I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there's anything to help.
No, I'd agree 100%. I think it's got to a point. I think the point that you brought about the 1890s was really good, because I feel like too many people were getting good jobs. So like people were like, okay, we need to start making the qualifications higher because we can't have too many people, you know. And then it's going to get to a point where not enough people are getting good jobs, so they're going to have to start lowering the qualifications again. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think it'll continue increasing forever, like the requirements to get a job. That's just my opinion there.
I think our generation's going to have the worst effect.
Yeah.
Of it.
I think so.
Because as we're going now, we see like students increasingly getting medical supplies in order to deal with anxiety, depression, a variety of different things. The social aspect of it, the work aspect of it. There's so many different things, and I think our generation is going to feel the worst effect. Maybe the generation below us won't have it as bad because I don't know what we'll do to try and help them out, or what we'll do with if there's a change in the system or the way things are done. But we are definitely going to bear the worst brunt of it.
Well, not necessarily us. Maybe the next generation might even have it even worse. But the thing is, there's only so many times. There's only so long a system can like intrinsically beat down its people before people have had enough and something happens about it.
Yeah, as I said, it's going to get to a point. I think we're going to reach a peak in terms of the amount of qualifications you're going to need, and then it's going to start decreasing. Might go back to maybe not as lenient as the 80s or 90s in terms of what you could get away with in terms of getting a job, but it'll definitely increase. It'll definitely go down, maybe like early 2000s kind of thing. Qualifications where you didn't need a degree to work at Tesco.
Or a degree to work at McDonald's.
Or a degree to breathe. Because it has grown quite significantly, I would say. Like, I thought jobs that wouldn't require any form of degree now require a degree.
Yeah,
and it's ridiculousness. But it's quite strange because obviously related but somewhat unrelated.
Go on.
In Sri Lanka, I can't remember the exact story, but in Sri Lanka there was the worst fate. They have had the exams when I went last, which was in December, and they had a record low of passes. So there's a lot of failures, and apparently the papers were so bad that people actually committed suicide over it because it was that because in Sri Lanka I would say it's more like the focus is on passing and succeeding.
Yep.
And due to the and the pressure is incredibly high. I met some of my cousins, and the demands and the things they require now is so ridiculous that it's not. I don't think it's humanly possible anymore. And I fear that I don't think Britain will go that way. I think hopefully it learns from.
We've already gone that way.
I mean, we're going that way slowly.
No, we've already gone there.
Really?
A-levels.
Oh, yeah, you remember, of course.
A-levels were the deciding factor.
We have gone this way, yeah.
Because there was the whole UCAS application form, the whole of that. They basically set that up as your life depends on these A-levels.
Yeah.
When I did my A-levels, boy, was there stress.
Yeah.
There was, my head teacher was on my tail. Like, the whole sort of university searching was on my tail. And it was tense. People felt the pressure because they were like, oh, you need to get 2 A's and a B to get into this university. And if you get into that university, you're basically blessed for life. You need to get 2 A's and a C to get here, or to do this degree. You need to do that. You need to do that. And it was so tense. And then your personal statement needs to be the most amazing piece of work you've ever written since birth.
Honestly, here's what I'm going to say about that. While I think getting degrees and getting jobs are becoming very hard, to get with qualifications, I actually think a lot of the qualifications for getting into university are surprisingly lenient.
I mean, it depends what you're talking about, because obviously we've
I'm not talking about Oxford, Cambridge kind of stuff.
No. I know, but we're talking about BTEC. Something.
Yeah.
We're talking about because obviously
that's become like that. Yeah. That's increasing actually in terms of alternatives to A levels to get into universities.
A levels are quite demanding.
Yeah,
and from my personal experience, I would say that it's very, very different, very, very different. And as such, it's like a great alternative.
Yeah, and more universities are accepting it too. I think the qualifications for uni are becoming a bit more lenient. That's just my opinion there.
I think instead of A levels, I think what we're seeing is apprenticeships things like
Yeah.
that becoming more of a tool to actually you get a job the second you leave school.
Yeah, as soon as you've done
Like-
it, you're in.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Well, not
And
necessarily,
with
but-
most people in apprenticeships, they take you on for 2 years, but then as soon as those 2 years are up, you're dropped.
Yeah.
There's very
It
little
depends
time
on
as
the
well.
apprenticeship.
depends,
Yeah.
yeah, but
But
then,
an
again, you have experience.
apprenticeship in engineering is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, or very very
I don't know about many other apprenticeships though.
good. Yeah, like public service or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Again, okay, right. To
Yeah.
relate it all back to the whole sort of mental health issue.
Yeah.
So
We
at
all
the-
have mental health issues.
wow.
Wow.
Again, a disclaimer:
dropping
if
the
you are
truth
feeling, if you are like in a situation where you don't feel like you can't go and see anyone, or if you feel depressed, reach out to either your family, your friends, or your GP, your local GP. We're just putting it out there. Like there are people that you can contact. There is a service that runs through the campus during nighttime if you want to contact them as well. Like there are people out there that will be more than happy to contact you. So if you are feeling the stress of exams, or if you are feeling the stress of being socially isolated, there are people that will talk to you to help you through that. We just want to put that disclaimer out there. So reach out. You're not alone. Just reach out. But yeah, we'll wrap that topic up there before we go. We went quite far for that.
Yeah, went
Yeah.
a long way down the rabbit hole.
Although I did.
I'd argue probably.
We didn't go far enough.
It was.
No,
we
I'd
didn't.
argue it's almost probably because it's talking about mental issues. Probably our most downer subject we've ever talked
I
about.
mean,
Well, it was necessary. It
it's
needs
necessary, but now I'm
Yeah.
just
So
sad.
let's have 20 minutes of talking about why we are all sad.
To be. Well, what new story do you have for us, Matt?
Yeah, well, okay. Well, okay, so I read this earlier in the week. Recently, there was a Little Mix concert, and I just want everyone here to get past the fact the music is terrible into the issue here.
That is a subjective.
Right.
I don't like it, but it's a subjective opinion.
It's funny because I know Amber's listening, and Amber loves Little Mix. So
I don't know anyone in their
Oh, no.
20s like Little Mix.
What?
But go
Who is
on.
Little Mix? Where did they come from?
They're on X
X
Factor.
Factor?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
Right.
no
Anyway, yeah.
wonder.
Right. Let's get into it. So they had a concert, and there was a mum who is deaf wanted to take her daughters and two of her daughter's friends. The two friends of the daughters are also deaf. I feel like they became friends because the daughters knew sign language because of communicating with their mum. So by law, if requested, concerts have to put on sign language interpretation for it.
What? What does that even mean?
Well,
I mean, it's good, but how does that
They
work?
interpret the lyrics
So
Huh?
lyrics, so
through
the
sign
lyrics.
language.
Who's doing the sign language?
An interpreter.
Yeah.
Well, during a concert.
Yeah.
So
It's
they're up there
amazing.
singing, and there's a guy in
At
the
the- at the-
corner.
at the side- yeah, at the
I mean,
side.
it's amazing. Don't get me wrong.
It's
I've
really
just
cool.
never heard of it.
Have you not? It's cool, and yeah, and by law, if requested, concert has to put it on.
I mean, that's
Now-
awesome because that's allowing more people to get involved.
Now
in that
the
kind of
mum requested the concert put one on for her. First of all, the concert responded, "No, bring one yourself," which isn't good. So then the mum followed up saying, "No, you have to do this by law." To which they just didn't respond.
No,
Until
you-
3 days before the concert, the mum contacted her lawyer, and the concert then did put one on for her because of the threat of legal action. However, the interpreter was only put on for Little Mix and not for either of the warm-up acts.
This is
Fair
madness.
So, I just want to ask, why do you think a concert company would even do this as a
no
cause of
idea.
action?
If it's by law required, then I don't know.
I didn't even know it was a thing until you told me, though. I didn't. If it's
Same. That's why I
yeah.
reacted like I did.
if it's in demand, then yeah, they need to put it on. But I'm guessing there aren't a lot of concerts where there want to be a lot of people who are deaf.
Well, no, but deaf people like the music as well. They like the vibrations. They like
Yeah, because that's how they interpret it, because they interpret it by vibrations.
Yeah.
And
sounds.
it's, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yes, it's a cool other thing about interpreting music. When Muse were at Leeds Fest this year, which I was at, apparently the sign language interpreter was way too into it and was like a proper air drumming as well along to the music and stuff. So like, there's a lot. So there were times when the deaf people had no idea what was happening because he was way too into it. But yeah,
Just jamming too much.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? I'm glad there's some kind of way for deaf people to listen to music. I think that's fantastic.
it's good. But it's like, why did this company like be so like?
I don't know.
Why were they so
Especially
difficult?
Little Mix,
Because
which is supposed to be kind of like, I imagine they're child friendly, right?
As
So
child
The
friendly
widest
as,
demographic
so-
ever.
yeah.
as child friendly as like 4 teenage. What other? How old are they?
Sorry,
early
a
20s,
lot,
early
sorry. A
20s.
lot of the time, I assume when it makes like top of the charts that it is.
It kind of is. Some of the
Well, at least they
themes
started
aren't so
out
much,
that
but a
way.
lot of them
I'd
are,
say
a
they
lot of them are.
started out that way.
Yeah.
Rather.
It's just like
It's very much lowest common denominator.
Oh yeah,
Girl group.
trashy.
Oh
trashy
yeah,
music.
manufactured.
My
name.
opinion.
GG.
I don't like them. I don't like them at all.
Manufactured factory.
Simon
music.
Cowell level.
X Factory.
X Factory.
But yeah, it's just like, when I read it, I was like, I just couldn't believe. For everyone running while we just stopped, Reuben nearly fell off his chair then for some reason. He's now kind of
Oh, good.
a bit scared.
How he fell off his chair, I almost don't know.
It
It's
was
like,
spoopy, dude.
But I guess it's because the company they didn't consider this to be a big issue, really. I mean, I'm supposing that because it didn't seem like. I mean, I haven't heard of the story, so I'm guessing the company didn't really care because it didn't seem like a big issue to them.
But
So that's why they were doing
Yeah,
different.
but you can't be rude to people.
and it's the fact that it's
Told them to go bring one himself.
Yeah.
They're
it
a
was- it
private
was-
company. They can be. They will do whatever they want.
Well, no, they don't do whatever they want because it's law.
That's,
Law.
yeah, but that's also bad for a public image.
Yeah, it's true.
It was a fact that it's the fact that the way they responded when she requested one as well. That was the worst bit for me. Like
To
it's
talk
like,
to bring her
no,
on.
bring your own. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah,
If
yeah.
I,
bring
if
my
I was
interpreter,
if
I
I
take
was
everywhere.
running some kind of business or concert or whatever, and I wanted to be as publicly friendly as possible, even if I didn't want it, I'd still do it because to the public that looks good that you do that. So even from just a pure business standpoint, that guy's an idiot.
Yeah, it's just ridiculousness. What is
Yeah.
this? What is this guy? Fire him. Get a new one.
Yeah, whoever responded to that email.
Why is
Yeah,
he bothered that somebody would be interpreted? I have
it's
no
like-
idea.
Like, just get one. It's fine. It's by law. You know,
God
I don't
forbid you have
know.
to pay a bit extra.
they're gonna make tons of money anyway. So
Yeah, exactly.
like, it's appealing to the lowest common denominator. So it's like you're still gonna make tons of money. So, you know, what's 400, 500? I don't know how much.
Well,
you
if the
go for.
interpreter gets big and is like officially counted as like the unofficial fifth member of the group.
Well, if it's like that muse interpretator who's just started drumming along, I would want that as an
Well, yeah,
interpretator.
for the muse, that'd be cool. For lyrics, my condolences.
Now that is a good stinger.
Trash music is trash, my dude.
Yeah.
Trash music is trash. That's your opinion.
I guess by this. Sometimes it's like, is it my opinion or is it just common sense? Like, come on.
Well, there must be something wrong if it's the common denominator and a lot of people are paying for it. I mean,
Yeah,
they
you
must
got
be
a
enjoying
point.
it.
You
They
got
must
a
be enjoying
point.
it for some reason.
But again, I always assumed it was a very small, like young kids that that went to that kind
no,
of thing. But
they are very popular.
that is
And
weird.
they're quite. This is like it's quite fun. It's quite balanced. I just don't like it. It's not my thing.
No,
we need
I
to
despise
be.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we are not their target demographic.
Actually, you'd be surprised there are some men out there that listen to. I
I'm
guess,
sure- yeah, I'm
Little
sure there
Mix.
are.
So
Yeah,
people
man.
that are my age.
There's grown men that go to like Beyonce concerts.
And but like it's just not us though. It's not our thing. So
No.
I understand what the things. I understand why people do like it. I just don't, and I never would do.
What girl bands
That's
do
it.
you like, Matt?
Girl bands. I don't like.
Oh
It's
my
funny. It's
God.
funny. Like I don't.
A
Like
real
I'm.
question.
I don't. I, like.
There's only one girl band, Destiny's Child. That's it.
Destiny.
That is it. Everyone else, be quiet. That was the best
It's gonna
band.
sound
You
really
know
bad,
what?
it's
If you say Destiny's Child, I will give you a pass.
no,
You know what, yeah,
I don't. I don't
you like
really
it,
listen
you
to
should have
female
put a ring on
vocalists,
it.
and I don't know why.
What?
I've never really listened to female vocalists that much. Like, I mean, Little Green Cars, one of their singers is female, and they're really good. But like, apart from that, like when I used to have like my iPod Nano, like I had this until like I was like 18. Like there was literally no female singers, and I don't know why. I don't know why my mind.
See,
I
the
mean,
thing
I'm
is,
kind of the
one of my
same.
favorite bands are a bunch of female singers, but no one in this entire university has probably heard of them
Why is it J-pop?
because they're from Japan. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're
yeah,
from
of
Japan.
course it is.
I mean,
I'm leaving.
Yeah, we're off. We're off.
No. It's not like J-pop kind of thing. It's actually, but yeah,
it's
what
actually K-pop.
No.
eviscerate
It's,
Reuben.
it's baby metal. That's what he loves.
Are you mad? Do you think I listen to baby metal?
Hey,
No,
there are worse things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
why
that
not?
song that got popular was alright.
That's
I don't think it was
alright ones.
terrible.
Like, well,
Each to their own opinion. I will never listen to
they're
baby
all
metal.
female.
That's
There,
fine.
there you go.
Yeah, but they're also very young.
Yeah, they're
No,
kids.
they're not. They're like they're two of them are 18, one's 21, I think now.
Yeah, now, but when it started, they were like 2.
What? I don't think they started that early.
Baby metal were 2 when they started.
I would be very impressed by the talent.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of like.
Destiny's Child.
I'm
That's
tr-
all
I'm
you have
trying
to
to think
say.
of,
All you
female
have to say is
singers.
Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
That's just one
Oh, is that
Beyonce.
just
But I
Beyonce?
That's
don't
just
like
one
them.
Beyonce.
I don't like Beyonce as a singer. She does.
I don't like Beyonce either.
What about To the Left? Is that just Beyonce as well?
Yeah.
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 Oh no.
Nezar's whole worldview is being compromised here.
What did
His
Destiny's
whole
Child?
world has moved to the left.
See, because it got to a point where I've started confusing Beyonce's music with just Destiny's Child. Which songs did Destiny's Child? What's like Destiny's Child?
I think
most
anything post 200004 was Beyonce.
And probably
What's
before that as
Destiny's
well.
Child most popular song?
It's that.
Say my name. Say my name.
No,
in
that
the-
wasn't that just Beyonce as well? Was that Destiny's
No,
Child?
no,
my
that
God.
was Destiny's Child.
We don't know which one it is.
They did the song for the Charlie's Angels movie.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know
That's
what you
the
mean.
one
Yeah,
I
that's,
know.
yeah.
I know. I guess I know nothing from Destiny's Child. Though.
No, but Destiny's
Oh,
Child
no.
is still one of the best girl groups ever.
You recognize the song once you hear it.
It's one of the most successful, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we're talking about just girl
Are you
groups,
sure you haven't heard of the songs?
I know of Destiny's Child.
That's
so.
true.
Hey, preach, that song gave me moves, fam.
If I'd probably have to agree, they're probably the best. I can't think of another girl band that'd like top them, but I think at the same time that's like
I'm trying to
a
think of
very
another
low
girl.
bar to hit.
What's another girl band that's
Spice Girl.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like our music knowledge, like of female artists, stops at like the year 2000.
Because there's
It's
nothing.
true.
No, there is no thing. There's not nothing. There are loads.
There are loads, but it's just what? Why do we care?
So, yeah, we don't listen to
Same.
chart music. So it's
Or,
like,
or everyone has just became a solo artist
we are too
afterwards.
edgy.
Yeah,
We are 50p.
yeah.
I mean, because the thing is, you could argue, you know, Britney Spears was pop post 2000, but I still listened to her up to some point. Then I just stopped. But she wasn't in a band, was she? She was
No,
a
she
solo artist.
wasn't.
The
No,
entire
she
time.
was a solo.
There are- the
Yeah.
thing is,
Yeah.
like we're making it like at the like we sound like old men discussing it because of how dated the knowledge is. I mean, I could
Yeah,
go
it's
through.
true.
I
Oh my
know
God.
people. I don't like any of them.
True.
There was a lot of really big stuff last year that's really terrible. But we've talked about this before, how much we just don't like chart music. So.
Yeah.
God, 2000s music is like, what is it even? I can't remember a single thing.
I
from
legit
it.
can't think of a song.
We
that-
grew up
that's
with
by a
that
female artist
too.
that I listen to. It's really weird because I don't.
Adele.
ABBA
No,
was
Dark
ABBA
Adele.
wasn't a female artist, but there were female singers.
Again, how old are
the
you?
Scissor Sisters.
What do you mean?
We're
There's
talking about more modern than that.
There's
We're not
one
talking about
girl.
Well,
in the
excuse
Scissor
me
Sisters.
for
Yes,
having, like-
animatronic. There you go.
Excuse me, LaRue was one
Hey!
singer though.
So,
She was alright. She was pretty good, but again, feel a bit dated
Who's
now.
the girl from the Black Eyed Peas?
Fergie.
She went on
Yeah.
a single
You
career
listen
as well.
to Fergie.
Yeah, but she wasn't.
Oh, do you actually?
No.
What?
Okay, that's the thing. Sorry,
What?
I thought.
Fergie was in a band though. That was the Black Eyed Peas with
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
male singers. She wasn't a female-only band.
Classic Will.i.am. He was there.
She did sing "Meet You Halfway," right?
No, that was
with
That was
Black
Black Eyed
Peas.
Peas.
Was that all the Black Eyed
Yeah.
Peas? Oh. No, no.
Nezar is actually getting his life changed right now.
Oh my
Well, I mean,
God.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Black
It's
Eyed
like,
Peas.
Rihanna as well. I don't like people love Rihanna. I don't like same thing as Beyonce. I don't understand why people like her or like her music.
Beyonce, I can kind of understand. Rihanna, no.
Boring as anything.
Beyonce and Rihanna were, for me, great up to a point. Then it stopped.
I don't think they're comparable, mate. I think Beyonce's way better.
No. I
That's
think they
not
were
soft spot
good,
for
but then
Beyonce.
there came a point where they just stopped being good.
I mean, I'm not the big fan of either, but if you had to like lock me in a room and say, put a ring on it versus Umbrella, I'd be like, put a ring on it, get on.
Really, you'd put single ladies in front of Umbrella?
Yeah, boy.
Oh my.
Umbrella's depressing.
I don't like either of them.
I remember listening to that song and it's always raining.
I'm not a big fan of Rihanna's music.
I love how you say Umbrella's depressing, but single ladies is basically a song about single ladies.
I mean, I don't
If you
like-
like, you should have put a ring.
As I said, I'm not a big fan of either, but if you had to,
Yeah, that's
you know,
fair. Yeah.
at least it's more upbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, that,
Wow, our music.
What a conversation.
yeah, we know it. We don't. I mean, no, Matt knows a lot about music.
Yeah,
but
he
Yeah,
does.
Matt knows a lot about
He doesn't know.
Western
He
music.
clearly doesn't know a lot about.
Because the thing
Female
is, like, the
vocalist.
people in this room either stopped listening to music at some point or moved from like Western music to a completely different
The thing is,
system.
or
I-
listen to different
I-
genres.
Or listen to different genres.
Yeah.
I do know a lot about female vocalists in the country to what Nezar said, but I just mean I don't listen to them so much. No, that sounds really bad as well. Like, I just like it's not that I don't listen to it, it's like I just don't the style of music like it's
It's
chart
more.
music.
It's okay. You know, I'm going to be honest. It's more aimed at a female audience.
Yes,
That's
thank you,
how it
thank you
is.
for that.
It's not that a
That's
man can't enjoy it, of course.
Mm.
As we said, how many men go to Beyonce concerts? A lot.
Yeah, that's
But-
true. Well, it's not my thing. No,
Yeah, it's just not a thing. What can you do?
It's like chart music in general. I think what my aversion to it is like 90% of songs are love songs. I'm like, where's like
90% of songs are love songs.
yeah,
Yeah.
90% of the
Oh,
songs are chart music
mate,
are like love
it's
songs.
true.
Whereas I don't. That's,
I despise love songs.
whereas like Fritz knows what Fritz has been with me when I listen to music. He knows what I listen to.
This man was born and raised in Hackney in East London. Like I know this man in his car. Is this car? I felt like I was driving through the streets of Hackney again because this man pumps up some tunes that straight up just.
Is Jamie L. Skepta in my car, like in my room, putting my fridge.
Swear to goodness, took me right back to A level. Took me right back to GCSEs when everyone was pumping up them tunes. This youth right here, this man is dangerous.
I'm driving around in my Fiat 500.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. He's driving
really
around
inconsistent.
Around in a Fiat, pumping up freaking like the. I'm grime.
I am an enigma.
Matt is a grime scene.
I just don't know. A Fiat 500, man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What's wrong with a Fiat 500?
Whoa.
Hey, Matt, do you like rap?
That's what we were getting at.
Literally.
I was just asking if you liked it.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
I'm getting
Favorite
into the
genre,
field. He's
favorite
already
genre.
deep in the field.
What's your favourite?
Oh, what favourite rapper? Oh my goodness.
Rap group.
Rap group. Oh, BBK's the best rap group by far. Like,
Big
but
barbecue?
no, Boy Better Now.
You're not an NWA fan.
I am.
Yeah,
but
boy.
You should see me in first year when I was blasting it out. Like, I've got straight out Compton. I've got Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted.
I'm going to defend.
Great.
I think of the NWA the best ones.
Oh well, yeah, but that's like gangster. That's like a completely different completely different organism. They're amazing as well. Like they are the best at gangster rap.
All right. Before we go to the break, everyone list their favorite sort of groups or singers. So Nezar, go.
What do you mean?
Like what kind of music do you like listening to? What kind of group?
In terms of music, I'm going to specify specifically 70s and 80s rock music and stuff like the Rolling Stones. I'm a huge fan of. I love English rock bands. A lot of English rock bands. Not as big on American rock bands as much.
Right.
As I said, I like the Rolling Stones. I like. Oh God, I'm gonna go up on my Facebook now.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Moving on to Ruben. You hold on to that, and then
I have it all listed.
Yeah,
here.
we'll
come back to that. Ruben, go.
Oh, I couldn't.
Keep it quick.
I couldn't put it down to an age, a group, or a genre. That's the problem.
You variety man.
I like a little bit of variety. I like a bit of Rolling Stones, a little bit of Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, I'm also not restricted. I'm also not restricted to one genre either, I'd say.
Yeah, like I like rock, I like rap, I like country sometimes, very sometimes.
Matt, well,
then,
Matt's grime.
Well, yeah, but favorite musical artist, that's artist Muse. By far, they're the best.
That's true.
Hence why I have a tattoo of one of their album covers on my arm.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
In terms of like singular, just people who sing, just one person, not bands. I love Frank Sinatra, Chet Baker, David Bowie. I think he's one of the greatest artists to ever live.
His stuff is really good.
When he died, I was so down, and his last album was really good. IMO.
Yeah, it was.
When he died, when he died, I think that was another thing. He changed a lot as an artist. I mean, kind of. He was always weird. But towards the end of his death, he got really strange.
It got really strange because when I listened to Black Star, I was like,
yeah. Compared to Starman, it's what's happened.
Right, Fritz, go on then. Before we go,
go on, name us your Japanese bands.
No, actually, I like a lot of stuff that came before 2010s. Again, Ruben.
Stop falling off your chair.
I like a lot of stuff that came out before the 2010s. Of course, now I have emigrated myself towards another culture completely, but I do I focus a lot more on orchestral score soundtracks specifically.
Yeah,
so
good taste.
My favorite composer will always be Yuki Kajira, so there's that. But
who?
She composed I'll tell you during the break. But yeah,
don't get me wrong, I like a lot of Japanese composers too. That's kind of why I'm a bit who?
Yuki Kajira, behind Madoka Magica.
Oh.
And
I don't remember the music in that song.
Kara no Kyokai. But anyway,
I still don't remember
again,
the music.
that's but for the break because we have these people. Matt's judging me with his judgy eyes.
I'm not judging anyone.
Oh, don't you dare!
No,
anyway,
he needs to go.
We will go.
All right, we'll be. Oh, he needs to go to the toilet. Let's keep
real
talking.
bad.
Somebody bring up the next story. No. Torture.
Hey.
Right. Okay, we'll be back after the break, so we'll see you in a bit. Oh, and because we just had a conversation about music we like, we're now going to put on recent music that music that's come out.
Send
recent.
help, please.
I hope it's not All Star again.
No, it's not. All right, here we go.
Loughborough Campus Radio. LCR.
Hello and welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that nice little break. We put on some songs from more contemporary time to show we still listen to music from today.
We're down with the kids.
Yeah, what's
Hello,
up,
my fellow young people. Was that you gonna
We're
say that?
hip.
What's up, my youtharians? We're up here. We're hip. Don't worry. This is like the last two songs that I heard of the last year that were still relevant. So there you go.
Yeah, we
Anyway.
we just got off a discussion of where we all hid our buried treasure, but you'll never find it. So
What?
What? What? Sorry.
quack.
Anyway, welcome to the second half of the show. So the second half is where we talk about things that are more interesting to us, more chill, more relaxed, more, human, I guess. I don't know. I was looking for a word and I couldn't think of one. So what have we got? Who wants to start us off? Does anyone have anything, or am I gonna go?
You go first.
Okay. So my story is around an Instagram social influencer. So this person, whose name is Ellie Darby, she's a vlogger, and she wrote an email to a hotel asking if she could get a freebie for the exchange that she will promote the hotel, and she'll bring in a free advertisement to the people managing the hotel. Now, of course, the hotel responded, and they publicly lambasted her, and it was absolutely glorious to watch, because they wrote, in the email, it was just it takes a lot of balls to write an email like that, to expect freebies from somewhere. Who's going to clean your bed sheets? Who's going to clean your room while you're there enjoying if you're not paying for it? She then got a lot of flack from people, and she now is also throwing a lot of flack towards the hotel. The hotel has ridden this immensely beautifully.
Yeah.
They've gotten so much free promotion. They did a fake press conference where the owner was standing there and saying words I can't say on radio, but he was pulling it off. He owns this entire situation. He's gotten so much free press. Now Ellie is coming back, and she's slamming the White Moose Hotel, saying she suffers from anxiety. So she says that she's slamming him for selling shirts that apparently says "I got exposed" on it, because the hotel owners decide to sell shirts like that. So I want to ask your opinion. Whose side would you be more inclined on, the Instagram vlogger or the hotel owner?
Well, so let me get this straight. So she asked for a freebie to
stay
at the
free,
hotel.
A week. It knows a week.
for a week.
It was a week,
Okay, so she asks that, and in order and what she was going to give him was publicity, basically.
Yeah, free advertisement.
But in a twist of fate, they say no, and in return get free advertisement anyway because it's become a big deal.
Yup.
So, well, there
Yeah,
you go.
it's a win-win.
She's made it a big deal.
Yeah.
Why did this go public?
Because-
was it not were they not privately messaged?
Because she privately messaged the hotel. He responded on Facebook.
Oh my!
He responded on Facebook, and
So
I think in that Facebook post, I don't know if it was accidental or purposeful, but he did attach the name of the person that sent that email. So that's how we know it was Ellie.
He didn't.
He didn't?
No, because honestly, he didn't. He
Did he blur it out?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't reference the person by name. But then she
Made a video saying she'd been called out.
being a social media person, couldn't take that and decided to make a response. So everyone then knew it was her. So then the hotel owners then banned all social media influencers from the hotel.
Yeah, because there was such a backlash against the hotel that the hotel owners decided to ban all social media influencers from the hotel.
And the hotel owner's killing it now. He's actually all the advertising and more that she would have given him, and he comes out of it looking good, because she just looks at it. She's come out of it looking like an entitled child, essentially.
So what are your opinions here? What do you think? Who is the moral just, or who's in the right here? Matt, let's go with Matt, because he actually seems very happy here.
I think it's just funny, isn't it? I like how it's turned out as a social thing.
Yeah.
I'm fully on the hotel side. A week, it was for a night, maybe. That's not a bad. But she wanted to stay there for a week. You can't expect that for free. You can't expect that for free. She obviously thinks she's somebody. I don't care how many followers you are. It's like that guy at that convention last year. Was it VidCon? in San Diego who was abusing the security guard.
Yeah, that guy. There was a guy. I don't remember his name anymore.
I can't. But he was
shouting words at a security guard saying, "I'm richer than you. You're obviously ugly. You should just let me through." Things like that. I don't remember his name.
You had less views.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you had enough many followers.
And then
and he actually has more followers.
Yeah, the security guard ended up getting more followers than that guy.
So I don't care how big you're on, like, especially if it's on, especially if they're an Instagram one, like, that's now, like, you're nothing. You've put no effort into what you do with your life. So, like, if to expect things for free and to be told no anonymously, that's well handled by the hotel.
Right.
Of course, then being a social media influencer, they can't take that because they demand to be the centre of attention and be universally adored all the time, even though they're not. So yeah, so she's come out, made the response, and yeah, and I'm glad that the backlash is like harmed her more than has helped the hotel. Well, not necessarily harmed her, but has helped the hotel because.
It's
like,
just
because who does she think she is?
Generally, yeah. What do you the two of you think?
I just to say the same as Matt. Yeah, she's got what she deserved.
The hotel's in the right here.
Yeah, hotel's in the right. Yeah. Easily.
Okay, so is she just? So who is this girl? Is she just an Instagrammer? Is that
I
what
don't
she
even.
is?
It just says that she's like a social vlogger or a social influencer. She probably uploads videos where she advertises
influencer.
Where she advertises products or something. Or
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly she does.
Okay, because I'm going to be in two mindsets of this, right?
Go on.
I think that if you are big enough, letting them stay for free and also them advertising it for you is very good business if she was big enough, but apparently she's not. Like, if it was somebody, just if it was a very big Hollywood actor or something like that, the hotel would probably ask them to stay for free and in return ask for advertisement, because who wouldn't want to go to the hotel, Dwayne Johnson stayed at or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Are you getting where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
There is some kind of, like, the mindset is, like, I can see that from a business point of view. I just don't think she was the right person.
No, it's like I said, who does she think she is?
No, she's not big at all. Yeah, if it was like a big Hollywood actor or something, I could kind of see it. I mean, they still should be paying, but if the hotel offered first, not the actor.
And this happened in Ireland. Just imagine this entire exchange in a thick Dublin accent, and it gets even better. Just think about it. It's magic. I was like Fritz said the press conference thing. Imagine the expletive laden rant that guy would have come on. That's
no.
This is the best thing that's happened this year so far, I think.
Yeah.
Go on, Reuben, what you reckon?
I mean, yeah, it's just like I can't. I mean, this one's just like a kind of straight cut one. It's like she's in the wrong.
She could have just remained anonymous, and it would be no.
Yeah, no,
deal.
she
had to make a big deal.
She messed it up so much for herself. Like, she could have just taken the L, as the kids say nowadays.
Oh my gosh! Oh no!
I'm just kidding.
There's nothing wrong with that phrasing.
No, there's nothing wrong with the phrasing, but it's when Reuben says it. It's
Why
just
me?
It strikes me like a thunder of lightning. Like that's some pain.
I think it's because when you say it comes off as like completely ironic.
Yeah, that's true.
It probably does, yeah.
I think that's why. I think that's why he's reacted.
Taking the L, as they say nowadays.
The kids
Well, to be fair, it'd be better off to know that somebody's ironic instead of being genuinely serious about it.
Yeah. No. I think she should have just remained quiet on this one. And
No, I agree. Do you think other hotels are going to be replicating this and do stuff like, oh, well, we'll just tell publicly people to go away or make fake news about
depends
it
on
to
the
get
depends
publicity.
on how desperate they are.
Yeah.
But they won't say a week, because a week is like you make. I think it'd be a lot profit in terms of profit. Be a loss because you'd have to hire the cleaners to clean the room every day, resupply it depending on what you have in it. Because sometimes they put like bottled water and like sweets or stuff or chocolate in the mini fridge.
Yeah.
If people start like abusing it and saying, "Oh, I want all this free stuff," then people will there'll be opportunists.
I thought stuff in the mini fridge you had to pay for.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, if you're staying there for free,
oh yeah,
they start going, oh, I'm staying here, why not the free drinks as well? I'm like, some people might abuse the system, but yeah, I'd say that some hotels might do it because
Do we know anything about this hotel? Was it like what star was it? Was it 5-star?
I don't know. I don't think it was a 5-star hotel. I just think it was just a hotel that was really nice.
Okay.
I guess.
And it got really popular now, and it's really popular now.
Yeah, now it's really, really popular.
Well, you know what? Good for the hotel owner.
The email that she sent to the initially says that she has over 87,000 YouTube subscribers as well as 76,000 Instagram followers. Her and her partner are planning to come to Dublin for an early Valentine's Day weekend from February 8th to the 12th to explore the area. As I came to search for places, I came across your stunning hotel and would love to feature you in my YouTube videos, dedicated Instagram stories to bring traffic to your hotel and recommend others to book up in return for free accommodation. Last year, I worked with Universal Orlando in Florida, and it's been amazing for them. Let me know if this is something you'd be interested in doing. I look forward to hearing back from you.
Say 80,000 on YouTube and 70-something thousand on Instagram.
Yeah?
In terms of like social media numbers, that's nothing.
That's
That
not a lot
is-
at all, no.
That's
Pathetic.
weak. That's quite weak.
Oh yeah. She personally made. Yes, Doncaster are winning. Awesome. She personally made the business for Universal in Orlando. She made them their money.
On
with
anything,
70,000 followers.
anything on YouTube less than like 500,000 isn't considered like you're a big star.
Especially not mainstream. Like,
No.
you can be big in a subcategory. Like,
Yeah.
but like in the main, like you're not mainstream if you're not like.
That being said, you know what? That email sounded relatively professional. Maybe
It did
the,
sound- that's the-
maybe
that's
the
not-
response was a bit mean.
But it was an anonymous response.
It was an anonymous
I
response,
guess.
but it may have been professionally done, but it was very
I mean,
cheeky.
yeah, no, kind of,
Very
yeah.
cheeky.
I mean, it could have just been like, let me know if you're interested. Sorry, we are not interested. We apologize. I know, I'm just that kind of guy that's
Yeah.
likes to see both sides of the story. She's probably, and as we saw from the video, she's clearly not a good person.
No.
From the response video, but initially, just from you didn't know this person and they sent you an email like that, you'd assume they're pretty nice.
True, but at the same time,
Universal thing as well.
it's like, huh?
The universal
thing is what gets me.
He's
Yeah.
laughing because it's like.
Oh, I work
she's
with
act-
Universal
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Orlando
they
in
probably
Florida.
they probably
It
dug
was
up and they
amazing.
looked at it and gone, you know what? No, we're not doing this one. And they probably thought as a tactic, like tactically, like
I mean, it
we
worked.
can actually make this into a more of an opportunity thing.
Well, the
whilst also making sure that people like this don't come again.
The hotel's been criticized for not understanding how social media works and how advertising works in the 21st century, however.
Well, they're wrong, then, aren't they? Because they've owned it.
I mean,
They
yeah.
have owned it, yeah.
They you can't-
They made good bank on that investment.
yeah. I
Exactly.
mean, why criticize something that's like this makes no sense.
It doesn't, but
So there's that story.
That's funny. Good story.
Yeah.
So what else have you got? What have you got to bring?
Shall we talk about KC Neistat?
You can talk about Casey Neistat. You can talk about the fact they're on the head of another global financial crisis.
Okay, let's do that first.
No,
let's,
no,
let's do the latter one. The latter one sounds more fun.
I feel that's first half topic though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
let's
Like,
not chill.
Let's chill.
Let's talk
chill
about
now.
Pescetti.
Oh, let's talk about. Shut up.
Listen, you know what? I think we should each individually talk about how much we made the Universal brand in Orlando. Like it would be nothing without us. I was like, but her saying that is real. That's hit me right in a funny centre. You're like, oh, seriously, what?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, baby,
Oh.
a triple.
That's gonna become a thing now, isn't it? That's
Hey,
gonna-
hey, Reuben, how did you make Universal popular?
I said it.
I invented it. I was there, dude.
I was there in.
Oh, that was good. That was. Too
I can't say
funny.
it. I can't say it though.
That was
Beautiful.
That was great.
That was well placed. Beautiful.
Oh man.
Right, yeah, so let's think something more chilled, right? What we got?
Let's talk about something chill. Come on.
I mean,
Talk about
like,
something chill. Talk about the fact that the Doomsday clock has gone back to 2 minutes.
What do you mean?
Wait, is it
you know
we
about
are
the
the-
Doomsday Clock, right?
We are the closest we've ever been to the world ending.
Yay,
what?
chill.
Okay,
Closer than the Cold War.
Shall we explain? Like, some
Logan-
people might not know about the.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no. If you're talking about Logan Paul, we can do that.
Oh,
I don't mind.
Do we have to?
Well, he's
Or
back.
we could talk about the Doomsday Clock. So it's like.
Did he make another apology video?
No, well, he came back and this time he did a somber video talking to suicide victims. I can't say
Oh
suicide
my
victims.
God.
Attempted suicide victims.
No.
But the
please.
good part of the video is that he said he will donate $1 million to charities involving suicide. Like
Oh, I
try to
don't care.
attack-
That's a publicity stunt.
Exactly. He's
Yeah.
doing what is expected of him to do.
That's not good money. I mean, it's going to a good cause, I guess. But
I mean, it's just at this
Tainted
point.
money.
Now it's like whatever you do, you kind of in.
Logan Paul's old news now, isn't he?
He's old news, but he's trying to. It's a tactic both to try and seem redeeming. I use asterisks, by the way. You can't see him, but
We'll take a picture of Reuben doing asterisks and put it on the Facebook page.
And yeah, it's just
sorry for what I have done. It's like, he's gonna make like 10 more apology videos.
Yeah, it's like 20 apology videos later.
Well, do you think well, Nezar clearly doesn't think he should be let off, but what do you think? Like, he's okay to come back, or should he just go away? I think now
at this point, like,
no, he's a bad person.
First of all, he's a bad person. So
influence.
he shouldn't come back.
Yeah.
And second of all, it's just like, leave it alone now. Just go away.
This is just a personal.
Go back to Vine 2.0.
This is just a personality thing. I have a problem with him because you saw the video of Japan where he's just annoying the people there.
Oh, no.
That shows how he is as a person. He's an annoying person. He's not a good. And I think people who act like that, in my mind, just aren't good people.
It also shows his immaturity as well, doesn't
exactly.
Because he's completely immature.
How old are you? Seriously.
He didn't handle these situations with the right kind of attitude. Because.
Yeah, exactly. So, like,
he treated it like a joke.
Like heck,
whatever.
Like heck, I'll believe that this is sincere. No, not at all.
No, me neither.
It's stupid.
It's a publicist has told him this is what you should do now. At the same time, I feel like it's probably more forgivable if he. Like,
why doesn't he go back to Japan and apologize to the people he bothered there? I'd start believing his sincerity there.
That's what's he going to do, go back to the forest and apologise to the dead guy. The thing is, the thing that would have been best for his brand would probably just to like carry on, like give it maybe like a month and then carry on like it never happened. Like to make Nezar, to make this apology video, it just seems really insincere.
It's insincere.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I think we killed Fritz.
And it's like the money that he's pledging does not fix the issue.
He's gonna make that back in about 2 months.
Yeah.
Before he apologised about the suicide stuff, which was the stuff that got the most flack. Yeah, he should have apologised for the way he treated the people of that country because he was a general
douchebag.
He was a douchebag about that. Not good at all. His attitude is annoying, and
his personality is obscene.
And exactly, that's just the kind of people that get popular these days. So what can you do?
Or that get promoted by YouTube.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Apparently so.
Right, moving on. Who else has got something chill then?
I don't know. We can say the word chill.
What about
six times.
What about the Doomsday thing? That's
Wait.
It's like we don't have to talk about it seriously.
The Doomsday clock?
Explain it.
Okay, so Ruben, do you know what the Doomsday
I know
clock
about
is?
the Doomsday Clock. Basically, the Doomsday Clock is an indication. It's like a warning kind of thing. So scientists, researchers, people who analyze stuff to do with the world and news, basically just summarize not summarize, but they look at all the data, look at all the current events and data of the past year, and they created this cool clock. Which looks quite stylized, very nice. I like it, even though it's telling about a pending doom. And depending on the clock, the hand of the clock, depending on how bad things are, it will be closer. So it'll be like 1 minute to doomsday or 2 minutes
to midnight.
Well, yeah, to the hand to the midnight. So the closer it is to midnight, the closer we are to our impending doom. So the better scenario is it to be completely furthest away as possible. So according to Fritz now, I haven't heard of this yet.
I have.
Well, I mean, I haven't had it being 2 minutes close to, but like...
The clock has moved 30 seconds to now being 2 minutes till midnight, which means we are the closest we've ever been to the world, to the destruction of the world, than the US and Soviet Union when they first tested their hydrogen bombs back in 1953.
That's pretty good.
Honestly, that's not too shocking, considering that's just been an ongoing thing since the Cold War. Yeah. So what can you do?
But the whole North Korea and the US thing, it has gotten
probably
so severe
added to it, yeah.
that we have now gone to 2 minutes till midnight. If that thing ever strikes midnight, that's it. We're all done.
I mean, what's the
accuracy
on that thing?
Well, it's presuming everything that's happened.
It's
Yeah.
Looking at all of the events, accounting for what's happened in last year, the years before that, what the certain characters are arguing, and the tension between certain countries. All of that come into looking at where are we right now on that Doomsday Clock. I'd argue it's probably a very accurate.
It's a gimmicky way of presenting statistics.
It's really gimmicky, but
I bet it works.
Yeah, I like it.
Those 2 minutes could be what though?
Well, if one nuclear bomb goes off, it will probably go to 1, and the second we had a response from America, it hit 0.
Yeah, because it'll be a chain reaction. So everything they'll send their nukes in.
Oh.
And
every man deep. Every man will be hot.
It's bad enough about tensions between America and Russia. Now we have Yeah.
America, North Korea,
Yeah.
Just America.
and just
Just
America.
America on
with-
its own is pretty dangerous existence.
There's too many clashes going on
But a necessary evil, I'd say.
there. What?
No.
Oh, you just
No.
said you've just done it now.
Unnecessary.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
okay. Counterpoint. If America didn't exist and it was just Russia and North Korea, how'd the world be? As like the
Adorski Moro.
Yeah,
Be communist.
exactly.
I'm-
It's a necessary evil.
Hey, you're saying communism is not necessary.
Oh.
Let's see if
This
I'm
will be
down.
There
interesting.
we go.
Control is
Okay, it's about
evil.
it. Welcome to the latest SmackDown. We got Matt Patty
Oh,
one
no.
corner and Nezar in the other. Go. It's
I
gonna
think,
get freaking tense.
as I said, I think America's a necessary evil because without him, we hate to say it, but I think the world would be a very different place.
Yeah, it would be a different place, but look at all the terrible things that developed that America's been involved in. Like,
True.
every conflict.
But it could
is
be
pretty
worse without him. You never know.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
justify what would it be without America? And you say, yeah,
Russia
communism.
would probably take over.
It would be
yeah.
take over, but what would be wrong with that? Like, justify. I'm just not. I'm being.
We'd
neutral
probably
on
not be
this.
born, to be honest.
I mean, that's true.
What?
I mean, possibly,
the major issues that the Soviet Union faced was essentially like caused by aggressive systems against them.
Mm.
Like if they had existed in a peaceful state, then it would have gone down a lot differently. Is what it was. But then the thing is, we just have to deal with the world we've got at the minute.
If
isn't it?
there
Like,
was no America, the UK would step in.
yeah.
True.
That's all I have
Because
to
like,
say.
the thing is, we could,
I don't think so.
Because
I
you
don't
need,
think so.
if there's going to be one superpower being Russia and America didn't exist as the global capitalist superpower, it would have instantly come down on the UK.
Yeah, but
the UK would be that superpower.
The Great British Empire was kind of, on its way out by the time
It
America
was on its
was
way
on
out.
its way in.
Yeah, but the thing is, if there was no America, Britain would try to reclaim that and then build it up again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd agree with that.
we can speculate all we want, but like we have no idea what it'd
We
be
don't
like.
really know.
Here's what
like-
we just need to do: we need to run a test where America doesn't exist. So who has?
So
any-
the UK would become the next big
that would become the competitor to Russia. I'd say. I don't know if it'd be as big as
So
America
then the
was.
whole world would just hate the UK instead of the US.
I mean, don't they already?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'd-
I'd say no. I don't know. I'd say the US is kind of widely hated.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
say the UK isn't as much.
It's like you see those maps of like I don't know how true they are, but I've seen stuff like you have a map where every country has the flag of the country that it fears the most, and something like 80% of the countries.
Oh yeah,
fear,
most of them are
They
America.
fear America the most.
Really.
Even like countries in the West fear America.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's the thing. America's a very unpredictable country. It could
Yeah.
just turn around one day and just be like,
It's like America.
Yeah, you're joining us
America's
now.
was North Korea, and ours was Russia, and that was it. They were really predictable ones, but then everywhere else is like no. Like everywhere in Africa, everywhere in the Middle East, everywhere in South America, it's just America. We're scared of what they can do.
Sheesh.
Okay, I know what the chill subject is right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
France
Go
is
on.
having a crisis.
it's not chill,
What
mate.
kind of crisis?
Nutella is too cheap.
Oh yeah, my mum told me about this
Why
morning.
is that a problem?
Because people are fighting over it in shops. It's amazing.
Nutella's not
What?
even that good.
You gotta watch.
like
You gotta watch the
Nutella.
video.
I like
wouldn't-
Nutella
I
too,
wouldn't fight
but
to the death,
yeah, I
though.
wouldn't fight to the death. Like if it was in my home,
Too
I'd
much
be
palm
like,
oil.
If it was in my home, I'd
Too
be.
much hazelnut.
If it was like in my
Too much
home,
chocolate.
I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll put that on. But if it's not there, I'm not gonna lose sleep
The thing is,
over it.
70% price reduction has meant people are fighting over it in shops. I've seen videos.
It's
immaculate.
mad. It's like Black Friday.
It's Black Friday every day.
Nutella.
It's Black Friday, but for chocolate.
Nutella week.
Nutella week.
Yeah, whenever I go to France, I tend to see a lot of like Nutella.
Yeah,
there.
Nutella's a lot bigger.
Yeah, well,
No,
it's
even
really
like,
big.
Even
over
like
there.
the French like crepe stands.
Yeah.
They do in, like well, not here.
They're always like, you want some Nutella on that?
I'm like, yes, please. I do like
Yikes.
Nutella,
I keep
but I
nippling
wouldn't
the
fight.
microphone.
I wouldn't fight people for it.
Are you sure
I'd
about
be
that?
like-
Are you a Nutella on pancake person, or a syrup on pancake?
No, I'm
person?
more a lemon and sugar guy.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a good
yeah.
shout.
You're
But-
a good man. You're a man
But
of
if
quality.
there wasn't,
All
if there
four of us
wasn't,
agree on that.
if there wasn't a lemon or sugar, I'll go Nutella.
I'd go syrup.
I'm quite happy with everything. I'm quite happy to just like stack things on pancakes.
That's fair.
everything.
Oh yeah, banana and
Anything.
Nutella.
Again,
oh.
gotta get some of that diabetes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
2018. Matt has said,
You'd
gotta
eat
get some
anything off a
diabetes.
pancake, is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, good one.
Nice one.
Banter. No.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Bacon. on a
No.
pancake?
No.
Making
No.
bacon
I can't.
pancakes.
Well, we can't eat bacon.
Literally
Yeah,
the
none of
Oh
us
yeah,
say-
oh yeah, no,
You're
that's
the
like-
only person in this room that can eat bacon. Or
Okay, yeah,
pork.
fair enough.
Hurrah!
I am the infidel.
You got 2 Muslims and a Christian to try it. Like,
Would you eat
Yeah.
lactic acid off? Would you eat lactic acid off a pancake?
Yeah, I love that lactic acid.
would you eat milk off a
Yum.
pancake?
Pancakes have milk in them anyway.
Yeah, but would you want more milk
Okay.
on that pancake?
I'd probably
into
be
a
okay
bowl.
with that.
A pancake straw.
I'd probably be okay
Oh,
with
that'd
that.
be interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
I'd probably
try me.
milkshake.
You know, bleach on a pancake. Yes.
Depend what
Bleach it
flavor.
out.
Tide Pods and a pancake.
Tide Pods.
Just
Interesting follow-up to Tide Pods.
We've
I was
gone
doing-
too far. We have to
Yeah,
stop.
stop.
No,
lads.
interesting follow-up to Tide Pods thing from a couple of weeks ago. I was doing my laundry last week, so
Oh,
I've got
no.
like aerial ones.
Oh, thank God.
I was
Did you
like,
eat it?
No. I gave it a lick to see what it'd be like.
You licked it. Oh my God! Madman.
Tasted of plastic and soap. Not worth it.
That's what it's meant to taste
Don't
like.
eat it.
I mean,
Well, you
know,
licked
It's not a
it, man.
Nintendo
I
Switch
was-
cartridge.
I
You
was
can't
like-
lick it and
I
feel
was never
fine.
going to bite it. It was more of a, like a. I wanted.
So you licked the package?
Yeah, the plastic out bit.
Yeah. So that doesn't count.
It was gross. It was gross.
You gotta go ham. You gotta eat the whole damn
It tasted
thing.
of soap, but then because I'd like.
You have to, don't you? Because
I used to have like high quality ones, and then over the summer, my dad was like, "No, I'm going to swap my terrible ones for your good ones." So I was sent back with like the really terrible quality ones.
oh my gosh.
So now doing my washing, the course they've got like, the thin plastic thing that melts and like, disappears. One of that's kind of like melted into like my clothes, so it needs to be washed again.
Ew.
But thankfully,
Yeah.
it's not one of my favourite tops. Because if it was, I'd have kicked off. Like,
rip.
So, cheers, Neil.
No
I was
problem.
gonna
that.
call your dad out like that. Like, damn, dude.
So, yeah, because he listens to this.
Roast his father like that. Hey.
You don't call your dad dad?
Oh yeah, I call him. No, I call him Dad. It's just funny. The thing is, when I'm referring to him, when I'm not talking to him, I'll always call him Neil. Like if I'm talking to my mum, I'll call him Neil. For
I
some
can
reason.
probably count on my fingers how many times I've named my dad by name. That's probably I've always called him
One,
Dad.
or else it's beatings.
It's the
It's disrespectful.
it's the slipper for you.
The slipper is.
You're gonna try and think of something to say there.
No, I was just like, I was going through the backlist of all the other things that I've had in my life, and I was like, I can't say any of these because these are too brutal for life.
What were you trying to one up each other? in
No, I
beating?
wasn't one up. I was just recounting Vietnam flashbacks of my childhood.
Oh wow, this is getting sad.
On
To be fair,
new
Fritz has a very good
news.
relationship with his parents.
Yeah,
You
no, my
probably
parents
get the
are
wrong, get the wrong idea.
outstanding.
I'd hope we all have good relationships with our
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah,
And I hope
good
all of you
parents.
out there have good relationships with your parents.
Unless they're terrible.
What
Love
about
you,
those
Mum
people
and
who are
Dad.
adopted or don't have parents?
Hey, people who are adopted still have parents. They're adopted
People
parents
who
are the
are
parents.
people who are adopted and have adopted parents are probably better
Better
off
off than normal,
than
yeah.
their real parents, since their real parents ditched them. So
Ouch. Oh, I mean.
Oh yeah, okay. They're
yeah.
better off being with
Yeah.
adopted parents than being with the
Yeah.
birth
their
parents.
adopted parents, like if okay, let me give you a scenario. If what would you do? So when you hear like. I'm not adopted, so I can't relate. So a lot of people, when you see, they get sad when they hear, not sad, but kind of when they hear that they're adopted. But I don't know. I feel like if I was in that situation, I'd be like, cool. I guess you're my mum and dad to me, so I don't care.
Here's some psychological stuff from helping Amber do a revision. It's healthier, much healthier for the child, much healthier for your relationship with the child if you are always open with them about the fact that they were adopted. The thing is, like the way you go about teaching them is saying, like, you don't teach them that parents have to be from birth. You say, oh, some people's mummies and daddies, you were born, that they gave birth to you. Others, like other mummies and daddies chose you. The thing that's important is that we're still your mummy and daddy. It's like you have to, it's quite damaging to keep it secret and then tell them later on.
That's what I never got that. I'd probably be open from them since they were very young if they don't remember.
What's the point? It's like
Like if I feel like if I was a kid, I just wouldn't.
I have really big respect for people who adopt children. For parents to adopt, because it's outstanding that like you take just I like normal parents, like parents, actual parents, but you take that upon yourself to adopt someone that isn't biologically your own, and you're taking care of a life here.
Hey man, why add to the overpopulation as is when you could take a kid who's not wanted?
And additionally, why put your significant other through 9 months of hell when you can give a home to someone who hasn't got one?
Yeah.
Well, that's debatable. I mean, maybe
That's debatable,
Yeah,
yeah.
if they want something that's from someone that's biologically theirs, they can have that.
I do believe there is some kind of attachment to your own kid that you created. I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd feel like
biological.
I'd feel like there's a biological element to that can't necessary. That's going to be sound meme, but that can't be replicated, I'd say.
I mean, I don't think it should be. I mean, if you're, yeah,
You can treat like a mother and son or whatever, and that's fine. But like when you're a mother and you know that's your kid, I imagine there's a lot closer.
Yeah, there's probably a more
There's an
biological, on a biological level. Yeah,
But there's an
probably
attachment.
a lot more.
there,
Yeah.
And you feel it because you had this being inside of you for 9 months, and then it comes out and it's yours. That is a part of you.
That's why it's worse when the kid
Turns out to be Logan Paul.
Yeah, it turns out to be bad, and then you're like, well,
Just
there you go.
The
Just
thing is-
literally said Logan Paul. I'm like, why?
The thing is with the adoption thing, like I feel like if you keep it a secret from the child, like
But
you're,
you shouldn't,
you're
yeah.
setting it up for it to be a bad thing, aren't you? Otherwise, like you're.
Well, what if you just lie to them their entire life?
Yeah.
What if you just lie to them the entire life?
Yeah, just say, yeah, I'm your parents.
I mean,
Well,
You know what?
what about
First thing
that?
I'm going to do to my child when they become like conscious enough to make decisions at all. Santa Claus doesn't exist. The Easter Bunny is fake, and politics is a lie.
My parents didn't tell me
first
Santa.
two, maybe not the third one.
My parents didn't tell me Santa didn't exist. I just had to come to that conclusion by myself.
Yeah, same.
At a very young age,
Yeah.
too.
I think I was about 6. Like you
Yeah,
just
probably
work out,
6, 7, yeah.
Like
3.
3.
I just put a random number out there just to see your reaction, but it was worth it.
I knew before I was born. No.
24.
You mean Santa's not real?
Yes.
I mean, it's like people who say, "Oh, when I was in my mother's stomach, they played certain kind of music, so I like that music because they played it while I was in this." It's like, shut up! What are you on about?
To be fair,
hasn't that actually been proven? though?
children in the stomach, they do respond to.
I refuse to
outside
believe.
stimulus.
I mean, I'm sure they do, but I refuse to believe your music taste is made up of whatever they.
My
play.
music
Probably
taste
not,
is
but it
very
had an
different to my
impact.
parents,
I mean,
so yeah.
What?
Matt, was your mother in Hackney in East London at any point during your conception?
During the conception, what?
I mean, during like when you were in her stomach.
No.
Okay.
Well, according to my parents, they played me Beatles' Yellow Submarine, and that's my least favorite song.
You're overexposed.
One of my
to it.
least
Yeah,
favourite
no,
Beatles songs by far.
Evidence found.
No, but I like Beatles. Beatles are really good, like Ella
Don't
Rigby and
yeah.
like Day in the Life. But
I like their weird music.
yeah, the wind
Not
music's
like their
good.
safe music.
But like, say
yeah.
Yellow Submarine's like, it's good.
Yeah,
but,
Yellow Submarine's boring.
yeah, it's like
I'd
okay,
say.
nice.
It's too slow for me.
Yeah.
I mean, all their
Right,
music's
right,
slow,
The fact
but
that Reuben's parents just played music to Reuben while he was in the room, like, just find that interesting. I didn't think your dad or your mum would be the kind of person that would like want to play music to you while you were.
Oh
in the
no, it's
room.
my dad. My dad loves Beatles, and so he played Beatles.
So he's like, I'm going to indoctrinate my son to like this music, whether he wants to or not.
Do you want to hear something that's going to destroy your faith in humanity?
If it's football related, I will.
Depends.
I will.
No. It's like,
I will personally.
Amber's little sister responded the best when Gangnam Style came on the radio.
Yes, my
when
boy.
She was,
Yes.
that
child's going to be a YouTube
Inside.
celebrity.
oh no.
it's
Oh,
like, no, it wasn't specifically played to her. It was just that's just what
It was
she
just on the
responded to.
radio,
It was on the
wasn't it?
radio. That makes me really sad.
no.
Why is that a sad thing?
This is Gangnam Style, isn't
because that
It's
means
a foreign song that no one understood, but still got massive worldwide population popular. Was one of the most watched videos on YouTube. Inspired a whole generation of people to create their own content, do their own things with their friends.
so she's not a unique kid at all, is what you're saying.
I'm saying, you know, if there was a song that you'd want to pick, why not pick the one song that became the most watched on YouTube and was from another country that isn't even a language you speak?
To be fair, she makes me play Taylor Swift to her now. Like,
And I'm gone.
Yeah, so the taste hasn't gone much better.
No.
But she's awesome though. She's a great child.
Yeah,
So
so
before I'm,
thank you.
I'm not hating on her on the radio. But I really like her.
Nice person, bad taste. You could get that.
Oh, I'm gonna go back to my room and Amber's gonna be like, what was that radio show like?
You're gonna get roasted
I'm gonna get
intensely.
roasted. Please no roast. Please
So
no.
what we've learned from this radio show is do not be engaged to anyone while you proceed to do this radio show because you'll be roasted by a significant other.
When you get back, yeah.
I mean, you don't. You could choose to remain neutral about the subject. Like, oh, they're a band.
It's hard to do that, to be honest.
It is though. Yeah, it's really hard.
NSYNC, they're a band.
They're a yeah.
Again, are you aware of music that happened in the last 15 years?
Did I not just play like 2 tracks that I know from this year or last year?
He also just mentioned NSYNC.
Yeah, but that's like early 2000s,
So,
late 90s.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be like, oh,
have you not been listening
I've
to
been
like the
listening
past?
to new music, Fat Boy Slim,
Hey,
Chemical Brothers.
The best track the most recent track I've heard was Crazy.
What was it?
Niles
What's
Barkley.
it?
Niles Barkley.
Yeah.
Dude, that's not even the name. That's the name of the duo, isn't it? 'Cause it's CeeLo Green was.
Yeah,
it?
CeeLo Green's
Yeah.
the. Yeah. Yeah.
What did you think about Forget You when it came out?
I forgot it.
Oh.
Wow.
I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't
liked
remember
it.
it until now.
I liked it.
CeeLo Green
I mean, wait, was it
wasn't bad.
There was two versions. There was
Yeah, there was the
Forget You.
uncensored version.
And then there, which is a censored version. And
But
there
a
was,
lot of people actually
there was
prefer.
another one.
A lot of people actually prefer the censored version a lot,
Yeah,
which
Just
I
Forget You. It has more of a sentimental instead of
Yeah.
saying, yeah, well.
Yeah.
It fits like the number of syllables better as well. Forget You, doesn't it?
Oh, well, it's weird because 90, like I'd say 99% of the time, people hate censored versions of songs
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
usually a lot of the song they'll be like da 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 da, and then like they'll
With
just
silence.
not say.
You just
it.
see have silence.
But they
It's like
replace,
Rockstar.
but
I mean-
replacing the word with something. A lot of people liked it a lot more.
Yeah, no, Eminem did that a lot.
Eminem had to do that.
He had to do that a lot, and it's quite interesting because I listened to some of his music, and it was like, oh yeah, like there's a song by D12, who's reasonable band, rap band.
It's a band.
It's a band.
It's the band. It was no. It was the band Eminem was part.
Yeah,
of.
it was a band that
They
Eminem
made. Wait, was it just him who made the song "My Band" or was that D12?
No, that was D12.
Yeah,
that made
yeah,
the
that's
song,
what I was
the
thinking.
band.
Yeah.
But they also did another one which was Purple Hills.
Yeah.
But that was the censored version, but the non-censored version was Purple Pills.
Yeah.
And the first part is done by Eminem, and the whole lyrics are completely different. Like, so different. It's actually outstanding. Like when you listen to it, it's like, whoa, what? Am I listening to the same song?
How do you feel about censored music,
I
Fritz?
just want to hear Purple Rain right now. Like I really want.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, I really want to hear that song right now. But how do I feel about censored music? I mean, I personally wouldn't listen to it. If you're not going to put it out in its originality and the way it was intended to, then I don't want to hear it. But it depends. If some of the lyrics are a bit, whoa, like you can't go around.
I'd say replace the lyrics. Don't
replace.
don't
Yeah.
say nothing.
Yeah, don't just silence it. Like what was it that Black Eyed Peas used to do it? Like they did it with Boom Boom Pow. They said there was a few swear words in there, and then replaced it either by making the word they said before it longer, or they put another word in there. So I was like, that's okay, that's fine.
It's a silence.
What about? Do you remember? Let's
It's
get
worse.
it started in here.
Let's get. Oh, I love
you
that
you know
song.
the uncensored version.
I love that. Too.
You know the uncensored
Yeah,
version, right?
yes, I do.
See, when I was in school, secondary school, I was always like, I used to just sometimes I'd be like, let's get it started. And they'd be like, what are you singing, huh? And I'd be like, and they'd be talking about the uncensored version. And I'd be like, no, let's get it started.
Well, there was a confusion because they didn't know which one was the real
They didn't know
version.
which version was. Yeah, exactly.
I haven't heard the uncensored version,
Yeah,
actually.
I have no idea. I'm gonna Google
Oh,
the lyrics
it's
right now.
gonna be beautiful. Let's just say you'll be moving backwards a bit when you hear it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Honestly, that's a song that sounds like it should be made with that and like "Forget You" are the ones that sound like they should be the censored versions. Are the
Yeah, the
original
ultimate version.
Yeah, but like
the ultimate DLC.
It's the ultimate DLC.
You know, Black Eyed Peas did DLC before it was a thing. You know, you got the censored version and then the uncensored version.
I mean, yeah. No. I mean,
Oh wow.
here's a fun fact. Most of their songs have like little like bits completely ripped off from other songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, like Meet Me Halfway. That had, what was it? It was like
Matt's losing his potatoes right now.
Let's get it started. Like that's not the real name of the song apparently.
Yeah.
No.
I can't even say what the real name of the song is on radio.
Oh no. Oh well. Okay. Well, I'll find that out
It
later.
rhymes with started.
Yeah, exactly. That's everyone thought that was the original. It's like no, there was an original.
Wow.
It just
I don't
makes
know.
no sense.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
why is that uncensored
makes-
version even that anyway?
Apparently on the West Coast it means to go crazy. But
That's a very insensitive way of saying
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wonderful.
Well, Oh no.
Is there anyone else that wanted to bring up anything else, or
we got a few
no.
minutes. Bring up some chill subject quick.
how chill?
Ice
are you?
Cubes.
How chill are you? I will
Ice
murder you.
Cube.
How chill?
Trey. It's real Trey.
How chill are we all during this exam season as we're
Oh.
approaching the end?
I want to die.
I've pretty much not gone out all week.
You don't even have exams.
What?
I
No,
haven't.
he has a
I'm
class. He
studying
has
for
a class test,
test.
but it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's the way. No, I know.
Oh, and that's why, Matt. I should have told you. That's why I didn't go pub on Thursday.
It's okay. Do not worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've just been inside all week, and hopefully when the class test is done, I'll be a bit more. I'm going to be changing my revision kind of technique around a bit. I'm definitely going to be doing more on the day kind of learning. Do you know what I mean? Learning what you learn in class kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like cramming like before the exam.
No.
No.
Oh no, yeah, no. The make sure,
Ooh.
like that's the thing is like that's what I found. Like, make sure you do
Are we
like,
gonna-
after you can before.
Are we
like-
gonna have another radio show before the next semester? Or are we in this next semester next week?
No,
No.
we have a week.
We
content,
have
right?
we have we have one
I
more
won't be
radio
here
show.
next
Okay.
week again.
We have one more
because
radio show before semester 2.
'Cause I was
I
gonna-
don't think
I'll-
I'm here next week.
I'm not
well,
here.
It's
next
just
week.
a me and Fritz show.
Yeah.
Again.
We've done it before.
Yeah, no, it's because
Talked about a circus.
I do it every week, but when semester
Betrayal.
2,
Betrayal.
when semester 2 starts, I'm doing it every 3 weeks.
Betrayal.
So there'll be two sessions, no session, 2 sessions. No session.
Well, okay, because the thing I wanted to ask was, what are your goals for the second semester, second half of the year? As we're about, well, me and Matt are obviously approaching the end of our time here at this university.
For me, it's just to keep on top of my studies. That's
Yeah.
all.
Same, and get some hobbies.
For me and Matt is finish our dissertation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what mine was gonna be. Just like tank out. Like, 'cause
Keep-
I've got one chapter. I need to like
Finish the other two.
Bust through another two.
Keep on top of my studies. I'll hopefully be going regularly to the. Because I probably won't be going pub again on Thursday because that's the day before.
That's fine. I don't know about. I said I'm not sure about NITS Thursday.
Yeah,
because,
that's fine.
We've got our conference thing, haven't we?
Yeah,
this
we
week,
do.
so-
Yeah. So
Nice,
hopefully
chill for
after that Thursday I'll be attending those. So I'm hopefully going to be getting more social. Keeping on top of my studies so that I'm not in a situation like last year where I was kind of like super worried about my exams, and I'm going to be more, chill about it.
Nice chill.
Just chill.
What about you, Reuben?
As I said, I'm just gonna keep on top of my studies, be a bit more social, because obviously first semester I was quite. I mean, I went out a bit, but like.
Don't you
this-
dare say you were unsociable. Don't you dare.
Yeah, you
were sociable.
You were probably more social this
I'm
year
more-
than you were last year.
You printed more memes in the last semester than
No.
actual memes themselves.
No, I disagree. It, like,
Really?
Last,
That wasn't
no,
your ultimate?
No, first semester of
I'm
last year,
scared.
I was
I'm
on another level.
I'm scared.
Okay, well, I mean, we barely knew each other at the
Yeah,
beginning
because
of
you
the
didn't know
first
me that well.
semester,
Like,
yeah.
obviously, I was hanging out with Fritz's lot, the E4 the peoples.
Yes.
I was hanging out with you guys, but I was also hanging out with another group, and it was like
You
I
had,
guess now it's just we just
now
chill together.
everything's become unified. Well, the group the third group have gone. You guys have merged, so it's like.
It's gonna be the peak of university.
And then I met Matt.
Best
lad.
Next year's gonna be so sad.
Why?
We're gonna.
Did you just dab in my...
Oh, your radio is it? Oh, okay.
It is this
I
radio
didn't say
show.
it.
Yeah,
But
you were gonna say it.
Peep down.
Hold on, mate. It is his radio show.
I know. It's just why he was like my radio show.
I didn't say it. I said... did you...
My radio show. You were on the verge.
You
No,
know,
I
I'm
was-
a dog chasing cars.
Look,
I wouldn't know what to do when I
Stop.
caught it. You know, I just
stop before I bring my
Ew.
Barack Obama impression out. Don't you dare.
Look, next year for me and you specifically, it's going to be kind of a downer because we're losing like 3/4 of our friends.
So long, Gay Bowser.
I mean, yeah, we'll be losing a majority.
What?
of
No, it's
people.
a reference from Super Mario 64.
Okay.
Ugh.
What a
Get out,
casual!
Get out, Matt.
Okay, Matt.
So long. He says so long a Bowser, but together it comes out as gay.
Okay.
Bowser.
Well, you know what? I feel like most people listening wouldn't have understood that reference. So I'm.
He just called me a gay
So long,
Bowser.
Bowser.
So long, gay Bowser. Yeah, that's how he says it. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I see. You call me a normie for that, but at the same time, like without that clarification, like you'd be getting one complaint from the 3 listeners who are.
Yeah, you.
Are you definitely the most normie of us 4?
It depends in what sense. Depends in what sense.
Depends on what topic. It really does, doesn't it?
Can we just mutually say yes?
Yeah, I probably am.
No.
In regards to music, yes.
If it comes to anything, yes.
Yeah, because
Maybe.
Except for politics, because you're out of the field.
yeah,
Your opinion is out of the field.
It's
it's
brilliant.
in space.
It's in space. It's ascended.
How
it's
do you
ascended.
rank us in terms of most least to most normie?
What, me?
I know nothing.
How do
I
you
know
rank?
very
Yeah,
little
how
about
would you
Japan,
rank
so-
all of us, including yourself, in least to most normie?
Matt at the top, me. Actually, no, Matt at the top, potentially Reuben.
Oh
Then me, then you.
Why am I the least? Whatever. That's
Right.
fine.
That's
And
probably.
I think that's why we should leave it. Like,
Hold on, I had something to say.
What were
Oh,
we
wait.
talking about before we got this
I
far?
don't know.
What was the mess?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we were talking about how we're gonna have no friends next year because they're all leaving.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Well,
lasted so long. Yeah, Bowser.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really sad.
I mean,
You'll make new
We'll make
friends.
new friends.
You're at university. You'll make new friends. Great. It'll be the best time of your
But it
life.
won't-
You know,
but
you'll
it
do
won't-
all of these things. You'll
I've
be
heard
free.
these lies
You'll
before.
Enjoy yourself. Hey, don't worry about the fact that you'll be in crippling debt once you get out of it. Enjoy yourself. Get out there. Feel the field and have fun.
hashtag worth it, I guess.
But it won't. But they won't all be at DC like they were this year.
Doesn't matter.
It does though.
You'll find new homies. You'll do new things.
we'll become. Yeah.
Nobody's coming back to DC but me.
Peak.
Well, yeah, but you make new friends. You create your new table.
Yeah, you'll create
You
the new table.
Become frequep. Oh, wep.
Wep. What's up, Elmer Fudge?
Hello.
How much dedicated wham? See again, reference. See, that's a reference to these guys. Will get. That probably most people listening would
Okay,
not get.
that's good.
That's because that's such a funny video.
The dedicated wham kid is great.
How much did
Dedicated
Wham do?
I know what.
Anyway,
What?
what were we on about again? Back to point.
We were talking about how sad it was going to be when everyone leaves.
Well, so Nezar's going to be living in DC.
I will either be living with some people that we know, or
Not
I'll be moving
conspicuous
into
at all.
Telford.
Oh, what people?
Listen, you guys lost out of the house this week. What's happening with that?
Huh?
Oh, I might still be moving in, but Trey and Reuben aren't.
Yeah, because I tried to do it and it was.
I have a decision to make by the 29th. Either I come back to accommodation or I'm going to that house.
So wait,
Who else will be going to that house?
One of my mates, James, and it's just a bunch of other strangers.
Stranger Things. Good luck. What?
So I have a decision to make. I either go there or I just come back to DC and try for a house again for third year.
I think you will be able to. I think.
So, I mean,
I mean, it'd be less.
depression.
Is it less likely, or is it like
What?
a house third year people?
No, you can get a house. There's no.
Yeah, there's no.
difficult.
There's no.
I mean,
room in David College.
oh yeah, you can do that.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean,
in this university, I think there's no limitations.
Is
on
it
them.
not? I was.
well,
I was
you have to apply
assuming.
early though, because they do want to. Most halls want to get new people
you
in.
see,
they don't
in
like
other
it.
universities, like my friends who's in London, second years can't come back at all.
No, that's what's. Yeah, I know.
Same
I
with,
know.
same
I
with
know we're
Nottingham.
breaking. I know that we're. This is an anomaly when it
Yeah.
comes to it because we came back in the second year, but like. In terms of third year, I'm like, what do we do?
It was rated
I know
number.
that you
It was
guys did,
rated
and I
number
thought, that's
one in
great.
the. It was rated
but-
number one in the country for student satisfaction.
Yeah, 'cause
maybe
everyone-
this is why.
Yeah, they're happy chappy.
Maybe we discovered that one reason why.
I really wish it is. I really hope it is. Because if it's not, it's the other reason I think it is, and I don't want it to be that reason.
What's that reason?
Best
don't-
parties.
Yeah, I'm
I don't know.
not-
Woo!
I don't party, so I don't know.
None of us.
Maybe.
I
Apart
do.
from Matt, I don't think any of us
No,
party.
I
No.
don't party.
I do.
Oh, so none of us
What?
party. Wait,
I
you
know.
party?
Nezar?
I get to the pub once a week. How's that? That does not mean that.
That's
doesn't
more of a
count.
party than I do.
You know,
Oh,
you
yeah,
didn't know
well.
about my twist personality.
Oh, his dark side.
Your Twitch personality.
Where do you think I go on Saturday? Where do you think I go on Saturday nights?
Home?
You know,
My room.
To your room to cry.
to the union.
Oh, yeah,
Is that
here.
a Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah, because he comes here on a Saturday. This is the union. We are in the union. This is what he does. This is his social.
It's like there's not a night out of the union on Saturday.
this
night.
life is a party to me. There's no night out on the. On
Life
the
is a
Saturday.
party to you. How much
No,
dank
no.
memes
Oh
did you smoke?
no! I've been exposed.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
I'm gonna do a content cut on Nezar. Content.
Content cop.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, that one.
What
Yeah.
dirt are you gonna dig up on me?
The fact that you claim to party when you don't party.
He claims he's a partier, but here's him and his like. You just see me just in my room crying.
But here's photographic evidence, and it's just like Nezar with tears, like
The real question is, where do you get that photographic evidence from?
Yeah.
Kick
Were
down
you in
me.
his room?
from Matt.
Wait, what?
he kicked down my door.
Wow.
I kicked on it. Sounds like say cheese.
That's the problem when because Reuben knows. I mean, you all know where I live, so it's if, like,
We all know where each other live.
So at any point you could just come down, and just be like, knock my door down, be
Right.
like,
I mean, Reuben, yeah, could knock your door down. Matt, probably not.
I don't
probably.
need to. I can hear him raging at video games. To the
That's
wall.
true, yeah.
sorry about yesterday. by the
Again,
way.
it's hilarious. I appreciate. I'm really far away from the mic. I appreciate.
I was on
the rage.
late last night. Did you hear all of it?
I don't know. Well, me and I'm up to like 1:30, so probably.
Okay,
Nah,
without context, this conversation's going a completely different area.
No, it's not.
Because he's saying he was up all night. Could you still hear it?
Well, yeah, him raging at video games.
Oh, gee,
I'm
Matt.
my girlfriend. But that's
There
No,
you go.
Fritz, you're trying to make that sound weird, and it just wasn't.
I'm saying if you took this out of context, it would sound completely different.
There was a context.
but he established it was video games.
There was-
Yeah,
we already
that's
established
what
the
I'm saying. If you
context.
just shut your eyes and put the radio on at this
Oh.
point, it would be a completely different context.
People listening don't have to shut their eyes. They can't see us.
You sure about that?
Everyone's watching us.
We're always being watched.
listening to us.
Oh yeah, that's true. I saw a funny joke on the internet where
It wasn't funny.
you know how there's like the people think that the FBI can or whatever government can look through
Yeah, I
the
remember I've seen
webcams on
this.
your
What are you
thing,
talking about
right? So somebody said that every night they kiss their webcam goodnight and
Oh,
say
yes,
good night,
yes.
Mr. FBI man.
That's funny.
I love that stuff. Oh
great.
god.
I guess on that bombshell that the FBI is watching all of us, or the NSA,
They're always watching you.
or the
Hello.
What's the UK one? Something in HQ. The UK, the surveillance thing in the UK, Matt.
MI5.
What?
MI5 is
MI6.
No, MI6. MI6.
Is it not something at HQ? Something BCHQ?
MI5 is protection from internal threats. MI6 is international.
Well, knowing
And
that,
MI9 is
Now
like
I know.
a kids' TV
Now I know.
show.
No, it was MI High, wasn't it? The kids
MI
one?
High, yeah, that was a kids' TV
with the
show.
knowledge that we're being watched currently by all of these entities, we now bid you adieu and
Hello.
a good day for So again,
Final words, everyone.
here we go. Final words, Nezar, go.
Eat your 5 a day and keep away from the doctor.
Doctor Who.
That one.
Tenant.
What?
Oh,
Best.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, no. I'll
Go on, Reuben.
We'll talk later.
I think we all agree on
Hello.
that, to be fair.
Is that your final word?
Thanks.
Hello.
Darkness, my old
no,
friend.
I was gonna do the Chris O'Neill thing.
Oh.
Like, hello.
Don't you dare threaten the audience.
Okay, I won't. Hello, audience. Bye.
God.
Just like a conversation with my dad.
Uh,
Hello, son. Bye.
Does he call you son or by name?
He calls me by name.
Okay. See, there's something about father-son relationships I don't like is when they go, "Hey, son, how are you?"
Yeah,
It's
I don't
like,
think my dad could ever call me son. He just calls me by name. Like
wow,
he doesn't.
That sounds really weird. My dad's never. Then I could never consider me a son.
Oh,
I didn't say
It
that.
sounded like that a little bit. Though.
Oh, now you're taking out blooming context.
Yeah.
No.
See, it's
to
not
be
good,
fair,
is it?
Matt, that
I'm-
is what you're doing.
Yeah, I know I am.
Final word, Matt. Fritz
keep-
doesn't have a dad.
No. Fritz has a dad that he talks to like every night. It's really sweet. But at the same time, keep working hard, kids, and then one day,
Kids.
yeah, maybe one day, you'll be making all the money for Orlando and Universal in Orlando. Because without
let-
you, there would be nothing.
okay. Actually, I've got some proper words now. Don't let your dreams be memes.
Orlando,
Fritz.
Orlando Universal is available.
And-
Yeah.
My final word?
Yeah,
I don't know. You know.
that's a good word.
I don't know.
that's the question. That's the quote of life. I don't know.
Now let's cut it off and talk about buried treasure again.
Let's talk about crippling depression, crippling debt.
We already talked about
We
that.
talked about both of those things actually. That's okay. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed, and we will hopefully see you next week, where Reuben will be missing.
Yeah.
Matt
Matt
will be traveling.
missing, and
No. Matt will be traveling. Reuben will be
I'm a
missing.
big traveler. Oh,
I will be missing by next week.
I don't think I can.
You're
I don't think.
missing.
I don't think I can
That's
get up
weird.
the. I don't
Reuben
think
will
I can get
vanish.
up the missing person on the milk bottles in time. Can we give it 2 weeks before I get them up on Reuben?
Cool, we'll do that. We'll put another
Just do
extra
Facebook. It's cheaper and easier.
Facebook is
Looking for
cheaper
this man. Can we put that on the Tea Time Talk group Facebook thing?
and- looking for this man.
That's good too.
Do we have any ideas for third people next week? Or is it just going to be me and you?
We'll see how things go. We might. have a
We've
special-
done me and you before.
Wait, hold on. What's happening next week? We might actually have some extra people.
Nice.
Yeah, we might do.
Ew.
You'll find out when
Well,
you're
no,
listening to the show.
Probably
Oh,
won't be
well.
listening.
I'll
Well,
be
too
li-
bad.
I mean,
then.
we have
in Cambridge.
friends.
Yeah, we have friends.
Like we could get anyone on this show. Anyone.
We can get VC Bob on this show.
Get The
Why
Rock.
would you?
No.
Yes.
Get Oprah an interviewer.
No.
If Dwayne Johnson came on, I'd be so happy. I'd
That'd
be
be
like,
awesome.
thank God.
You know how we shouldn't have like social, like, you know, those kind of people on as politicians? We shouldn't have them on our radio show.
It'd be pretty funny though.
End
What
of.
if he's genuine? What if
Yeah.
he's genuinely like?
If the
You
Rock,
can ask about his policies.
Look, if Dwayne The Rock Johnson tweets at me saying, "Hey, I want to be on your show," more power to him, because I honestly wouldn't know what to do in that situation.
I
I don't know how he got.
probably
No,
would.
yes.
the first question is,
Yeah, he's
what are
probably
your
would.
policies? We need to know.
He probably would show up to a small thing like this. I think.
A big man like Dwayne The Rock Johnson would show up to small
Luke
things like
Abruzzo?
this. What are you doing there?
It's taking pictures of us.
Yeah.
It's gonna sell them on Facebook.
gonna
That was
put them on the-
unconsensual, man.
No, you're not even
20
in the
pounds a
picture.
pop.
I wasn't even in the picture. That's how bad. That's how much Matt doesn't like me. I'm not even in the picture.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're a
Uh,
ghost.
Oh my.
Guys, I think we've.
Yeah, over about
Yeah,
20
let's
minutes.
end it there. So we'll see you next week.
Bye.